Ward believes Tyson Fury may have given Deontay Wilder a crucial advantage by announcing his two fights with Anthony Joshua. So let's quickly get to what Andre Ward has actually said. Andre Ward said, I was one of the ones that were clamoring for an undisputed champion, but I just don't like the path Tyson Fury is taking. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of giving an opponent, and that opponent right now is Deontay Wilder. Bulletin board material. This is a man Wilder who took his first loss, humiliating loss. He's dealing with his own pride being bruised. He's a competitor. If you're Team Fury, you know if you're Team Fury, you have to know and leave room for Deontay Wilder showing up at the rematch at the best version of himself. I don't like the added motivation because if Fury isn't overlooking him, that's how Team Wilder is going to interpret this. So those are the words of uh, those are the words of Andre Ward. So I actually agree with Andre Ward here because why Deontay Wilder, obviously he was absolutely like he got battered from pillar to post in the rematch by Tyson Fury. So you know Deontay Wilder now, in my opinion, for looking at what Deontay Wilder's been saying since since his loss to Tyson Fury, he sounds like somebody he wants to come back and resurge and bring back his revenge, take revenge, avenge his devastating loss to Tyson Fury. There was always rumors about all this step aside money and this thing. Wilder's team and Wilder, Shelley Finkel, they came out and they dispelled these stories about asking for 10 million to step aside, which actually turned out to be nonsense. But in terms of Tyson Fury, the Joshua Tyson Fury fight being announced for summer 2021, how that influences Deontay Wilder's psyche. I think it influences. Listen, Deontay Wilder knows that if he doesn't beat Tyson Fury in this trilogy, yeah, this guy, like even I think Eddie Hearn was the one alluding to freezing Deontay Wilder out, talking about Wilder's gonna be join the queue like everybody else and all this kind of business. So Deontay Wilder knows that if he doesn't win, he's gonna get frozen out. Considering people always trying to throw trash at him, talking about he can't sell. Imagine someone who's a big puncher that you believe can't actually sell. None of these top guys. AJ ain't fighting him. I don't care what Eddie Hearn says. AJ ain't gonna fight Deontay Wilder if Deontay Wilder ain't got no belt. And even if he does fight Deontay Wilder, that's gonna be years down the line. Let me tell you now. If Deontay Wilder don't win the WBC back from Tyson Fury, yeah, we're not gonna see AJ fight Deontay Wilder. Probably maybe it could be 2024, or who knows what Deontay Wilder's career or AJ's career will be looking like then. It could be a long way down the line from now. Because I don't see, Sky and all these guys on Joshua's team risking the fighter against Deontay Wilder who ain't got a belt. Don't see it happening. The only person I think that would fight Deontay Wilder, regardless of whether he's got a belt or not, is someone like Dylan White. Anytime, this guy always calling out all fighters not having it, calling out Fury, calling out AJ, calling out. Listen, the one thing why I rate Dylan White, yeah, this guy will fight anybody. But some of these other guys be making strategic maneuvers, depending on whether guys have got belts or not got belts and all this kind of business. If you go check the history in boxing, a lot of fighters have done this. Ducking fights and all this kind of thing. Not to say that AJ is scared of Deontay Wilder, which I don't believe he is, but a lot of people do make strategic moves, and I don't think that they'll be so gung-ho to go fight Deontay Wilder who ain't got a WBC belt round him. But back to talking about, Tyson Fury, announcing his fight with AJ. Yes, I agree with, what's his name? Andre Ward, that this is going to motivate Deontay Wilder because Deontay Wilder, he's been speaking, but I feel like he's been not as vocal as he's actually been in the past in terms of his interviews. I expected Deontay Wilder to be on all manners of podcasts, one-on-one interviews, even with the lockdown and all this thing. I expected him to be on like been interviewed by so many different like boxing channels, you know, but he's not really been, too much into that. I think Deontay Wilder's been looking more to himself, you know, get his mind right. Obviously, apparently he had an injury in that, so he's getting his mind right. So you might have a guy, acting like a cat at the moment, but then he's got a lion's heart brewing in him. like he said, wanting to rise like the phoenix from the ashes. Will this motivate will this fight announcement motivate Deontay Wilder to see the reality of what could actually happen if he doesn't beat Tyson Fury? Because, people have always been talking about undisputed this, undisputed that. There's a Deontay Wilder, there's a fight that's actually been set up now between Fury and Anthony Joshua for summer 2021. Deontay Wilder, in my opinion, is one of the main guys that could actually spoil the apple card and stop this fight, that undisputed fight, from happening, and probably set it up for himself. But I think this is definitely going to motivate Deontay Wilder. Does he want the undisputed fight himself? A lot of people say that he doesn't want the undisputed, that he's been running AJ around. I don't know what's been going on behind the scenes. I can't say that he's been running AJ around. I can't say that AJ's team been running him around. I don't know. Dylan White was offered a contract. He said that he was offered basically chicken change in the rematch if he beat AJ. I don't know if Deontay Wilder was offered something similar, offered a low split if he was to beat Anthony Joshua. So we don't really know what goes on behind the scenes. We don't know what's in the contracts. But all we can look at is the news and the headlines we see and have our own perception about who's at fault and who doesn't want it. So we don't really know who wanted it or who doesn't want it. But Tyson Fury, Andre Wood believes, basically saying that Tyson Fury shouldn't be talking so much. He believes that Tyson Fury should be keeping it on the low in order not to motivate Deontay Wilder. And one thing Andre Wood did say here is that he said that Wilder is dealing with his own pride, being bruised. And someone who prides himself, calling himself the Bronze Bomber, being the most dangerous puncher in heavyweight, to get beat like that is very pride bruising. Embarrassing. Like he literally got mauled and battered by Tyson Fury. Obviously, he was unlucky to get caught with that equilibrium knocking off shot, but Deontay Wilder in that instance, as I've said in previous videos before, didn't really, the lack of defense they had there got exposed. That's why he really got clipped by that shot by Tyson Fury. But looking into the trilogy, Deontay Wilder says he called himself literally a zombie. He literally called himself a zombie. He said he wasn't himself. Even before the fight started, he wasn't himself. I even felt like Deontay Wilder, his facial expression and everything just didn't look like that same demeanor that he had when he fought Dominic Brazil and when he fought Luis Ortiz and all these other guys. Is it because he's fighting Tyson Fury and he knows he's fighting a proper fighting man that he's not able to exert that same dominance? I don't know. But there is a clear difference in demeanor when he was fighting Tyson Fury both times compared to fighting someone like Ortiz or Brazil, or maybe someone that he knows is probably going to beat much more easily. But Tyson Fury, according to Andre Ward, basically, motivating Deontay Wilder by basically appearing to be overlooking him. And I agree with Andre Ward that this is probably going to motivate Deontay Wilder. And also another thing that Andre Ward was talking about was that he believed that Tyson Fury's team should leave room for Deontay Wilder showing up at the rematch at the best version of himself. And yeah, that's true, because Tyson Fury, I think Tyson Fury's already doing that. Because to be honest, recent interview with Tyson Fury, I think was it BT Sport on Instagram or Sky Sports on Instagram or something like that. Tyson Fury even said it himself. Tyson Fury said, "Listen, we could do this AJ this and AJ that. If I get clipped by a right hand and get knocked out, then it's all up in smoke." That's what Tyson Fury was alluding to. So Tyson Fury knows that Deontay Wilder's still dangerous. He could show up at the trilogy. Guy could even be looking like he's getting beat up for 4 rounds. You never really know. Next thing you know, Fury sparked out on the canvas and everybody's talking about Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder. Drop your comments in the comment section below. What do you think about Andre Ward believing that Tyson Fury may have given Deontay Wilder a crucial advantage by announcing the Anthony Joshua fight? Basically alluding to Deontay Wilder being being more motivated to want to bring the best out of himself in order to defeat Tyson Fury. Can Deontay Wilder defeat Tyson Fury? It'll be interesting to see what Deontay Wilder is going to really do with his camp. We're talking about Foreman. I think he said alluded to it and bringing another person into his camp. It'll be interesting to see what strategy, what game plan Deontay Wilder takes into the trilogy. Can he find Tyson Fury's chin and knock him spark out? Because that is how I see Deontay Wilder beating Tyson Fury. Catches him, knocks him spark out. Another thing, Teddy Atlas, YouTube, Teddy Atlas was talking about the technical things that Deontay Wilder also needs to do in order to beat Tyson Fury. He was serious. That Teddy Atlas. Like, imagine if Teddy Atlas was Wilder's trainer. Like, what he would do with Deontay Wilder. I think Deontay Wilder could be a lot of his technical deficiencies would have been worked on. But Teddy Atlas was alluding to, in terms of Wilder's technical, approach to the fight, basically telling him to stop walking forward, stop walking backwards, stop allowing Fury to walk him back. He should walk back when he wants to walk back. He should, be trying to walk Wilder, trying to walk, Tyson Fury onto his big right hand when Tyson Fury is walking forward. He said that Deontay Wilder needs to be the boss in the ring. Can Deontay Wilder be the boss against Tyson Fury and knock Tyson Fury out in devastating fashion? Can Deontay Wilder, hear from the likes of Teddy Atlas telling him that he should, be a boss in the ring, walk Wilder onto a right hand, don't allow Tyson Fury to walk him back? Teddy Atlas was also talking about that Deontay Wilder put on too much weight as well. I believe Deontay Wilder definitely put on too much weight. He was in the first fight, it was 209. How are you gonna be 231 pounds in the rematch? Way too much poundage. That is not his natural weight. Deontay Wilder's naturally a slim guy, got the power, but he's not naturally bulky. So he's probably gonna be feeling that weight. He's gonna gas more. Not necessary. Drop your comments in the comment section below. What do you think about what I've said? What do you think about Andre Ward believing that Tyson Fury may have given Deontay Wilder a crucial advantage by announcing anti-Joshua fights? What does Deontay Wilder need to do to beat Tyson Fury? Do you agree with that? Agree with Teddy Atlas as well? Like I said, that he needs to walk Wilder onto walk Tyson. You can walk Tyson Fury onto a big right hand, knock him out. Also needs to lose the weight. Go and check out Teddy Atlas' video on the technical aspects of what Deontay Wilder needs to do in the trilogy. Interesting take by Teddy Atlas, top coach. Drop your comments in the comment section below again. Cool.